Coming to you next is Top 10 Super Large Dogs in the World. Number 10, Great Pyrenees. Heavy guard on the Pyrenees snow line. Adult height 25 to 32 inches at the shoulder and weight 85 pounds to 141 pounds. Very large. He has lived in Pyrenees between France and Spain. His first duty was to guard the sheep against approaching wolves and bears. His most visible sign is that long white hair as thick as snow, large skeleton, a heavy chest and back. Another one looks mild, but once you look up, a face that makes people dare not approach easily. His famous scene is a mountain pass crushed by snow, sheep huddled behind the slope. Wolf shadow goes back and forth along the snow line. The other dogs are still restless. He is already at the front. Usually he is very quiet, but once the predators are really close, he'll be the first to rush out. The scariest thing about him isn't how fiercely he screams. It's that he can really make hold a reality. He wore thick white to shiny hair, and of the momentum that can hold down in the snowy night. Real heavy guard. Never stand there as a decoration. Number 9, Newfoundland. Giant gentleman in the deep sea wind and rain. Adult 26 to 28 inches tall at the shoulders and 99 to 150 pounds. Very large. He's from Newfoundland, Canada. His earliest duty was to follow the fishermen on board. Drawn at towline. Also go directly into the water to save people when they are most dangerous. His most visible sign is that waterproof back hair. Broad head. Calm skeleton. It made him look at a glance. I knew this dog could handle things. His famous scene is always on the cold sea. The wind and waves are down. The hull swayed. People are swept into the sea with ropes. He'll dive headlong into ice water. By thick hair. With webbed feet and ridiculously hard power. He will bite the rope or directly withstand the person who falls into the water. Drag to the side of the boat little by little. His scariest place. That he really dared to jump into the cold sea. He wore thick black hair that could withstand the wind and waves. And the courage to drag people from the sea back to the side of the boat. Prove that the true giant gentleman. Never just stand on the bow and pose. Number 8, Lamorgue. The royal love in the movie of The Lion's Mane. Adult 25 to 32 at the shoulder and 90 to 170 pounds. Very large Lamorgue from Leonberg, Germany. He was first bred just to be able to pull the car and go into the water. A multi-purpose giant dog that can also hold up its aura. His most visible sign is the mane that hangs down like a lion. Tall but not clumsy. There is another one that looks like a royal family when it comes out. Big dog pomp. His famous scenes don't necessarily fly in extreme scenes. Instead, it happened in the supporting life of old Europe. Early morning Stone Street. The wooden wheeler pressed the ground and walked forward. He can steadily pull the whole truck through the street. To the water. He's also an excellent drowner rescue dog. Back to the door at night. The giant dog with the lion's mane stopped in front of the steps. The facade and aura of the whole house. It's like being crushed by him. The best thing about a Lamorgue. Not a particular exaggeration. It's almost what he can do with a giant dog. All done decent. His face looks quite fierce. Character is unexpectedly cheerful and generous. He wears long hair like a lion's mane. And a body that can hold down from the street to the door. Prove that the real royal heavy ride. Even standing there will look honorable. Number 7, Anatolian Shepherd. Silent guard on the frontier of the wilderness. Adult shoulder height 27 to 32 inches, weight 79 to 150 pounds. Extra large Anatolian sheepdog. From the Anatolian plateau of Turk. Iwai. His first duty was to guard livestock. Hold the flock. Guard those without fences. But can only rely on the body to draw the border. His most visible sign. It's the almost expressionless face. Slender but heavy skeleton. Stretched tall figure. There is another one that doesn't need to be made at all. The aura that has already set the boundaries. His famous scene took place in the open. The sheep are still slowly moving forward. The wolf has pressed down the hillside. He'll go straight to the outermost layer of the flock. Turn your body into a real boundary. The opponent only needs to take one step forward. Gotta get past him first. The scariest thing about him isn't how hard he pounces, But a lot of times he doesn't have to jump first. Just standing there. The kind of momentum that this place is mine today. Enough to stop the predator. He wears a skeleton like a plateau guard, and quietly can suppress the momentum of the wilderness. Prove the true silent guard. Never scares people. By rushing. Number 6 Neapolitan Mastiff. The pleated heavy armored beast behind the stone gate of the ancient city. Adult 24 to 31 inches tall at the shoulders and 110 to 150 pounds. Very large Neapolitan AO. From southern Italy. With a strong ancient Roman dog blood. His earliest duty was to guard the door and guard the house. Guard those places that shouldn't be broken in. His most visible sign is that wrinkled face. Thick skin like hanging armor. Wide amazing head. Strong chest and back. And a terrible sense of oppression. His name seen on the stone wall. Between the iron door and the porch shadow. The night goes dark. Just a little movement outside the door. He'll slowly stand up from the dark. He doesn't have to. Chase without yelling. Just put your body in front of the door. The oppression of the ancient city guard. It has blocked the atmosphere of the whole road. The scariest thing about him isn't the speed, but himself. It's like giving an intruder a last resort. A lot of dogs scare people with their movements. By roaring, and he's not. He shows up. He wrinkled his face. And a heavy armor physique to prove. A true housekeeper. Never win by speed. Number 5 Saint Bernard. Rescue giant in Snow Mountain Monastery. Adult shoulder height 26 to 30 inches. Weight 119 to 180 pounds. Very large. Saint Bernard from the Swiss Alps. St. Bernard Pass. The first duty was to find someone to save people in the snow. Bring back the traveler lost in the wind and snow alive. His most conspicuous sign is that huge head. Deep eyes. Calm skeleton. There is another one that looks very similar. A physique that can hold blizzard. His famous scene took place when the blizzard closed the mountain. The mountain road has no footprints and no wind. Scrape the sound away. As soon as the gates of the monastery open, the street Bernard plunged into the snow. Head down against the wind. By smell, by experience. Little by little, find the people buried under the snow. When he finds it, he will stick it on the windshield and dig snow. Then freeze the man. Dragged back from the dead white mountains. The most famous of Saint Bernards is Barry. He's not a legend in a story. He really saved a lot of people. So St. Bernard is really consecrated. Never how old he was. But when the blizzard really pushes down, he can really drag people back from dead ends. He can hold down blizzard's physique in his life. And proof of ability to drag people back from death. A true rescue giant. Never grow up. Number 4 Tibetan Mastiff. A gatekeeper in a plateau blizzard. Adult shoulder height of more than 24 inches. Weight 70 to 150 pounds. Large, extra large. Tibetan Mastiff from Xizang Plateau and the edge of the Himalayas. His earliest duties is to defend the home and borders on the plateau. Gatekeeper vigil. Defend those places where danger cannot be allowed to approach. His most visible sign is that mane as thick as a cape. Big head. Deep eyes. There is another kind of dark. Will become a particularly dangerous aura. His famous scenes often take place at night on the plateau. During the day he might just be chained to the door. Silent, motionless. But at night the darkness is pressed down. He started walking. Along the tent. Patrol around the courtyard gate and depths. As long as there is a wolf shadow in the distance or danger is approaching. He'll keep the borders in the dark. A restricted area that you don't even dare to approach. The real scary thing about Tibetan Mastiffs. Not how loud the roar is, but once he enters the night. The whole dog is like from a plateau blizzard. The descending door god. He wears a mane as thick as armor. And the breathless momentum of those who are pressed in the dark. Prove that the real gatekeeper beast never existed to scare. Number 3 Great Dane. Long-legged giant god full of pressure. 28 to 34 inches tall at the shoulders of an adult. Weight 110 to 175 pounds or more. Very large single dogs originated in Denmark. Formed in Germany. His earliest duties is to deal with the most dangerous and the most resistant big prey, especially wild boar. His most visible sign. It's those outrageous legs. Slender but not floating body. High head. There is another STA. Ding. The pressure that can calm the atmosphere. His famous scene is deep in the jungle. Wild boars will hit people when they are cornered. Ordinary dogs don't dare to come forward easily. He dares to rely on his height. By speed and by that giant. The impact of a hound. Hard cut in from the side front. Cut off the escape route of the prey directly. Then he walked from the hunting ground into the manor. Into the family. The temperament is slowly becoming gentle. But that ridiculously high sense of oppression hasn't changed to this day. He proved with a high sense of oppression. True long-legged giant. Never looks taller. Number 2 English Mastiff. Siege behemoths on land. Shoulder height 27 inches, or more, weight 119 to 229 pounds. Very large. English AO dog from UK. The earliest duty was to guard the suppression, accompanying humans in the most, where heavy strength is required. His most visible sign is that huge head, thick body like a wall, deep and wide chest. There is another, tonnage like a heavy-duty siege. His famous scene was never a chase, but approaching. The torch at the door of the castle is shaking. As soon as the iron door opens, the English AO dog slowly pressed forward from the shadows. He doesn't need to pounce. No need to rush fast. Just push it step by step. The weight of that siege beast. It's enough to set people back by 3 points. The place where the UK boils the real god is not high, but heavy. So heavy that people instinctively feel that they can't resist him. Some dogs win by speed. He's not. He crushes people by weight. He proved with a physique like heavy armor. A true siege beast. Never win by moving fast. Number 1 Irish Wolfhound. Wolf hunter king in the Irish wilderness. Adult shoulder height 30 inches or more. Over 105 pounds oversized. Irish Wolfhound from Ireland. The first duty was not to decorate, but really go after the wolf. Go deer hunting. To be the big hound most needed by the royal family. His most visible sign is those tall, almost exaggerated long legs. Thick back, hair, slender but not thin body. There is another way to run. A particularly lethal silhouette. His famous scene is in the wilderness. The wolf shadow passed behind the grassy slope. Other dogs are still chasing. He has relied on exaggerated height and stride, pressing short distances. He doesn't rely on tonnage to crush his opponents, but by speed and pursuit. Forcibly put the 3 words wolfhound. Really become my own name. He is one of the highest dog breeds in the AKC system, so his first impression is not based on impression, but by a fact that no one can get around. He really hit the canine ceiling. And he's not just tall and good-looking. He really used this height to hunt wolves. He uses the tallest skeleton of any dog, and proof of blood that has actually hunted wolves. Real number 1. Never the tallest.